Yo, what's going on YouTube? It is your boy Ears. Hope you guys are having a great rest of your day, start your day, whatever time it may be. You guys already know I gotta hook you guys up with the 10 best class setups after the COD BO4 1.11 update. Now, if you guys want to see an updated sensitivity video after this update, make sure you guys go ahead and drop a like on the video. Just let me know that you guys want to see that. If we can get this video to 500 likes, that'd be greatly appreciated. And also, if you guys are a part of that Xbox gang, play on the Xbox, make sure you guys go ahead, smash that like button, let your presence be known. And as always, comment down below your PSN or your Xbox Live gamer tags, because I'm always playing with subscribers and I like to feature as many of you guys in as many videos as possible, because we've been dropping some pretty insane stuff on live stream, man. Let's get right into the 10 best class setups after this update. Now, I do understand no weapons got buffed, but I haven't made a video like this in a while, so I figured that some of you guys, especially the newer subscribers that have subscribed recently, probably could benefit from a video like this. So my first class setup is going to be the Vapor XKG. You guys know that I do enjoy the Vapor. Now, I like to run the Elo sight, the suppressor, the stock, as well as rapid fire with this weapon. I run the acoustic sensor, scavenger, gung ho, as well as dead silence. Now, the reason I run the acoustic sensor is not because I need like the directional radar of where people are at. It's because when you guys are actually playing solo or you guys are in the back of their spawn, having the acoustic sensor is actually very helpful, because you can find players that are sitting in corners or maybe even running around in a circle in a corner. Yes, people actually do that in this game, and it's very easy to judge spawn flips and spawn rotations with the acoustic sensor. That's kind of why I like to run it. So if you guys are kind of struggling at figuring out spawn flips and spawn rotations, or you want that added awareness, the acoustic sensor is perfectly fine. Personally, I don't have a problem with it because dead silence does kind of render this useless. You have to be literally on top of somebody with dead silence for them to show up. So it's actually really good, like I said, if somebody is leaking out of the spawn and you just want to make sure you're not dying from behind. Now, I have an exact carbon copy paste class setup for a Vapor. Now, the reason that I would run ComSec device over the acoustic sensor is if you guys are playing an objective based game mode with some teammates, or if you just do not feel like running the acoustic sensor, I'd recommend checking out this class setup. This is actually a very solid setup, and I've dropped multiple nuclears with this class, and I think you guys will enjoy. The attachments are the exact same, but I like to drop an acoustic sensor for ComSec device, and I also like to drop dead silence for Team Link. Now, the reason why Team Link is actually really good in this game is it increases the fog of war bubble, and it actually adds a fog of war on top of your teammates and on your score streak. So if you're running the strike team or you're running the drone squad, you can kind of see the enemy red dots around your score streaks, so you have that added awareness. This is kind of the class that I would rock if I was playing like in a full 5-man or a full 6-man party, just absolutely just destroying the enemy team, or I was on a small map like Nuketown, maybe even Firing Range, Slums, Summit, where I could easily just predict where people are at. This is a class setup that I recommend you guys checking out. Now, I have another class setup, which is going to be the KN57. You guys have seen multiple gameplays with this class setup. This setup, in my opinion, is one of my favorite class setups in the game. There's probably 2 class setups that I really enjoy. This is one of them. Absolutely really enjoy. This is going to be the KN, man. I like to run the KN with stock. I like to run it with extended mag, rapid fire, and as well as the suppressor attachment. I like extended mag over the hybrid mags, even though the hybrid mags do give you that additional, reload speed. Or kind of reduced reload speed, I should say. But I like having the additional bullets with the extended mag. Having 55 rounds with a KN57, it just feels nice to me, and I think a lot of you guys will actually enjoy this class setup. Now, if you guys do not like running suppressors, even though I think the KN is one of the best suppressed guns in the game, you can obviously swap this out for maybe even the grip, or maybe even the hybrid mags if you want to double up with the extended mag and hybrid. But I feel like this is going to be a solid setup for you guys. Now, the gear and the perks are going to be acoustic, scavenger, and dead silence. Now, obviously, with this setup, you cannot run a perk 2, so I dropped that off. Now, I have an exact carbon copy class setup with this setup, and this setup you're going to be seeing a lot with my class setups is I have a lot of consistent class setups. My class setups that I run fit my playstyle. I kind of have a passive aggressive playstyle. I play on the enemy spawns. I pick enemies off when they're running to the objective, when I'm running rifles, and that's exactly why I run a class setup like this. Now I have the ComSec device and Team Link with pretty much the same exact setup. So I recommend checking this out. Like I said, if you guys are playing against, you know, enemies that, you know, are not running the acoustic sensor, or you're in a full party and you're just absolutely just pub stomping and dominating the enemy team. The KN-57, in my opinion, is one of the best rifles in the game, and quite honestly, if you guys are playing sweats, I prefer running this class setup, either whether it be the acoustic sensor class setup right here or the ComSec class setup against players that are running the Modics. You're guys gonna be seeing a pretty good combat gameplay with this weapon, and I definitely feel like this class setup is something you guys need to check out. Now, another class setup I like to run is the Rampart 17. Now, this is probably the most overpowered rifle in the entire game. Run it with High Cal 1, High Cal 2, FMJ, as well as the grip. Now, if I'm playing players that are using the Titan, they're sitting in the back of their spawns, they're not moving, or they're running body armor, the Rampart is an absolute monster. This is possibly, in my opinion, it could be the best assault rifle, and honestly, it could be the best SMG in the game. I'm saying that because this weapon with High Cal 1 and 2 is devastating at close range, and especially off the hip. You can drop people off so fast with this gun. I recommend you checking out this class setup. If you couple grip with this, even though it does have low recoil, having absolutely no recoil and never having to actually manage the recoil with this weapon makes it that much more effective. Now, I like to run the acoustic sensor, like I said, Scavenger, and as well as Dead Silence, and I have a carbon copy class setup with, you saw with my Team Link loadout with the Vapor and the KN. I have that exact loadout with the Rampart. This is like how I like to run my rifles, and I feel like you guys will absolutely just destroy with either of these Rampart class setups. I don't think there's not one person that plays Black Ops 4 that doesn't like the Rampart. This is honestly, in my opinion, it's way too good, and you probably should use it while you can, because it is, like I said, one of the best, if not the best, rifles and SMGs within Black Ops 4. Now, another class setup you guys should check out is going to be the ICR. Now, I've actually been messing around with the ICR as of recently. Now, the reason why I like using the ICR now is because I feel like a lot of players on the game are sitting back more. They're really not moving. So the ICR is kind of returning to its former glory, man. I like to run it with the reflex sight I have on grip 1, grip 2, so I have no flinch and absolutely no recoil, and as well as FMJ. Now, I run FMJ on every single weapon I can that has it available, because I do not want to have to worry about body armor. Now, I have the same exact gear and perks loadouts. I have that consistent class setup loadout for my playstyle, and I feel like you guys will absolutely be able to destroy with this loadout. Acoustic sensor, Scavenger, Gung Ho, as well as Dead Silence. And for my optic, I like to run the red dot plus with kind of the yellow dot. It's really bright, and I think it helps me out, and hopefully it'll help you guys out as well. Now, I have the same exact carbon copy again with this ICR loadout. You guys already know I have it with the ComSec device, or I run it with the Team Link perk. You guys can use one or the other. You guys know exactly how I would switch out the class setups. Now, if you guys are playing against a full team, or you guys are playing with a full team and you're pub stomping, the ComSec device is going to be probably to your best bet. Or if you're playing against a full team that are not running Dead Silence, the acoustic sensor class setup could be very advantageous, so you do not get flanked and do not get killed by an unlucky flip spawn. Now, another class that you guys can check out is going to be my Spitfire setup. Now, I like to run the Spitfire with extended mags, fast mags, as well as the FMJ. Now, a lot of people like to run stock with the Spitfire. I don't like running stock on my Spitfire just because I do not want to deal with body armor, and I feel that FMJ on the Spitfire is very, very helpful. You can absolutely shred through body armor at medium to close range with this setup, and that's why I like to run it. I have an S12 backup. Spitfire with a shotgun backup is absolutely devastating at close range. I recommend you checking it out. Same exact gear setup, acoustic, Scavenger, Gung Ho, as well as Dead Silence. And then I have, again, a carbon copy with this class setup. Like I said, you guys know when to run this kind of class setup. If you guys, like I said, in a party or playing against, you know, maybe even a full team. This, in my opinion, is going to be the best SMG loadout within Black Ops 4, and I feel you guys will be able to destroy, whether it be the acoustic or the ComSec device loadout. The Spitfire, you cannot go wrong. It's definitely one of the best subs. I think you guys will definitely enjoy it. Now, this is going to be those 10 best class setups. Now, I kind of have a couple wild card class setups you guys can check out that are actually pretty good, but don't really make it to, like, I should say, the 10 best as of right now within the game. So, here is the Cordite. Now, the Cordite, in my opinion, is probably one of my favorite guns to use in the entire game. I love the Cordite, I love the Cayenne, and I also like the Spitfire, but something about the belt feed Cordite is just absolutely amazing. I love using this weapon. I like to run the Cordite with FMJ. I like to run it with long barrel as well as belt feed, and I have an acoustic sensor, engineer, gung ho, and dead silence. Now, the reason I do not run scavenger is because you cannot resupply ammo if you guys are running the belt feed attachment. So you guys can run engineer, and I definitely coupled this with maybe crash, so you actually have the additional ammo bags. Or if you guys are playing with teammates that are running crash, this is definitely going to be a fantastic loadout. You won't run out of ammo with this weapon. It's just absolutely devastating. You guys can obviously swap out acoustic sensor for the ComSec or dead silence for the team link, but I think that this is a solid class setup. I like to run this in team deathmatch, free for all, domination, hard point control, whatever game would like to get in the enemy spawn and absolutely just tear it up and have an unlimited ammo SMG. This is the class and the weapon that I'll pick and use for it. Now, for the final class setup, you guys already know, if you guys have to pull it out, if you guys are playing players that are using this against you, that are sitting in corners not moving, this is going to be the best setup to just destroy people who are just playing annoying. Now, the Titan, I like to run it with the reflex sight, extended mag, FMJ, as well as the stock. And the class setup, you can kind of mess with this. I like having the same exact, class setup I like to run on the Cordite with this, because I think it actually works a lot more effective than running something else. But having the sensor, engineer, gung ho, as well as dead silence, like I said, you can obviously swap out this for Team Link and this for maybe even ComSec device, but you guys can run whatever you want. This is how I like to run this class setup, and I feel this is the most effective Titan class setup if you guys are playing players that are not moving around the map. Now, for the Titan, for the reflex sight, I have on the red dot plus with the yellow reticle. These are going to be kind of like the 10 and the +2 best wildcard class setups you guys can run within Black Ops 4. Now, I'll let you guys know on a good score streak loadout you guys can run. Now, in my opinion, if you guys are trying to get the most kills and you're in an organized party, the UAV, the attack chopper, and the strike team can grant you a lot of kills. But if you guys are playing in a party, I feel the most kills you can drop with the streaks are actually going to be running UAV, drone squad, as well as the sniper's nest. Now, these 3 score streak combinations are absolutely devastating, and I feel like you guys will be able to get a lot of kills a lot faster just because you're able to cycle through the drone squad and the sniper's nest quicker than you are able to cycle through the attack chopper and the strike team. Those are the score streak loads I'd recommend you guys checking out. And as well, I'm going to go over ahead and show you guys some of the specialists. Now, the specialists I would probably run for more kills are going to be Battery, Firebreak, as well as Seraph. These are going to be the 3 best ones in my opinion. Crash is also good, but those are going to be the ones that you guys want to run if you guys are trying to get the most amount of kills, die the least amount of times, and absolutely destroy every single lobby. Hope you guys did enjoy today's video, man. It's been your boy Ears. Make sure you guys go ahead, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications if you guys are new. And without further ado, man, I hope you guys, have a great rest of your day and rip it up with these class setups. Deuce!